because the only reason why I'm entertaining it is because I'm petty. And I just woke up and I just went down a rabbit hole, and so I said, you know what? Let me take y'all with me. Um, so I never watched Corey Holcomb, never. But he had this horrible picture of Serena Williams posted to his page and was talking about how she changed her face, and people was in the comment section talking about how she looked like how she pulled a little Kim, and how she done changed her face. And this is what get me about some of my black people. Just a simple, just go to her, just go to her Instagram. That's all you had to do. Sometimes people can take unflattering photos, and the way the machine works is you can take that photo and then Photoshop that photo and pretty much just use that photo to start a conversation that's problematic, but it's ultimately going to get you views, because people like to entertain bullshit. And so, yeah, they just took the picture and ran with it. And I'm assuming that it was a picture where her makeup was probably off that day. She probably had hired a new makeup artist, and so someone said, "Ooh, this is the window in. So, girl, we just gonna add some more filters. Girl, we just gonna go ham on these filters, girl, and we just gonna kick this up a notch, girl, because there's the potential for foolishness here. There's the potential for tomfoolery and shenanigans here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to throw in a few more filters, and then because it's not like on her Instagram page. So like I said, a simple search could have put all of this to rest. It could have ended all of these ideas that this lady then went and had something extreme done to her face. Now, I will give that maybe she's using a skin brightener and maybe she's had some fillers, but it's basically the same face. It's pretty much the same face. So, and then what gets me is when males who have not been a part of the trans experience, who have never even done drag, just have no relation to the tricks and the little tricks, the little tricks that, feminine beings are beings who have navigated um the umbrella of womanhood, um whole conversations about women's faces. Like, do you know how many tricks it is? Like, literally, there are men who have not taken one hormone in their life and who do not identify as a woman, who live their life as men, who can literally go and throw some makeup on and make themselves look like a whole nother person. Makeup is a powerful thing. If a man who has never taken a hormone shot, a testosterone blocker, none of the sorts, can make themselves look like a fucking RuPaul, you don't think that Serena Williams can throw on a little putty, use a little skin brightener, and make herself look totally different? And even in the picture that was shared, she obviously looked at painted. The makeup looked at heavy. Like, without the filters that were through on, the brightening filters that were through on, you could obviously tell that she had on some foundation and she had on some powder. Now, I'm not gonna say that she haven't had a little light filler, because cheeks and skin is looking extremely snatched. I'm not saying that that's impossible for her to achieve without having fillers. I'm just saying that I wouldn't be surprised if it were to be revealed that she had a couple of fillers. But yeah. Like, just go to her Instagram. Just do a simple, just go through her pictures on the Instagram. The picture that y'all using to besmudge her name is not even on her Instagram. But just go and stroll through her Instagram like a thinking person, and you will see that Serena Williams is still Serena Williams, and I mean that's it. I got offended by that because when I was younger, because I had a more athletic body when I was younger. And I think I'm still like I'm flabby. I done got a little flabby around the ass and the hip area. Or I'm a little flabby around the arms. But when I was younger, my shit was kind of like tight. You know what I'm saying? And so, I used to be getting compared to Serena. So I got a soft spot for Serena. Like, don't be doing too much on Serena. Don't be playing this Serena face too fucking much. Then Corey Holcomb's had a female on the cast that was really slightly coming for Serena too. And I'm like, y'all doing too much on Serena. Y'all gonna get off Serena. Y'all gonna get off her. That's all I wanted to say. I ain't gonna go too hard on Corey Holcomb's because I don't really care. Like, I'm not invested. Like, I don't really care. Like, um, on another note that doesn't have anything to do with this topic. What another scene that I thought was really funny was after on the good times when they left, and she came back and she was more confident about having a cycle, and she was just using her blood to write on the chalkboard, and splashing blood on people's face. That just had me cackling, like I just fell out laughing. And I feel like it's really an agenda that is set to keep women feeling ashamed. Like, men can go and do all these things to themselves, and change themselves in ways, and nobody really speak on it. But the moment that a woman does something that really like extra makeup, y'all over here tripping. Y'all over here tripping. Y'all tripping. It's, I don't understand how a little extra makeup could make y'all think that this woman then pulled a look Kim. Like, y'all literally comparing. Like, literal. I don't know. Like, I'm befuddled. Like, the first thing I did was go to her Instagram. Like, once I saw the picture of her on that page, I literally went straight over to Instagram and started looking. Hey, Natasha. I literally went straight over to Instagram and her looked at her Instagram page. Like, I went straight over to Instagram. And when I went over to Instagram, I scrolled through her pictures, and I didn't even see the picture they was talking about. I watched when they went to the womb world and the eggs and whatnot. It gave me my home planet. Okay. But yeah, girl, I'm like, they dragging for Serena Williams talking about she done pulled the Lil Kim. And if you just simply go look at her Instagram, like, Serena's still Serena, in like, she still got melanin, her nose is still like it was, her lips still like they was. You know what I'm saying? She still like I said, she might be using a skin brightener because she don't want to have blemishes in her face. She might be using some turmeric to brighten her skin. And she's probably using a lighter powder because, she wearing blonde hair. So she trying to make sure things is going together. But she still have her undertones. Her highlights is in her cheek area, and her undertones still around her face. You know what I'm saying? She may have had a filler. I'm not saying it's necessary. I'm not saying it's necessary. I don't really know how to do that on my phone. I'm not saying it's really necessary for her to have had fillers. I'm just saying that I wouldn't be surprised because everybody in Hollywood or everybody in mainstream, the girls is getting fillers down, bitch. Once you join the 40 club, the girls be doing a little life, going to the doctor getting a little ooze of Botox. They be doing little ooze. So, maybe she had a touch up. I'm not saying I wouldn't judge. I would put it down, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't feel like that's the tea. I feel like Serena worked hard and just like Angela Bassett aging gracefully. And don't nobody think Angela Bassett had no fillers or nothing done to her face. And this low key the tea. I'm looking at, and this no tea, no shade. Like I'm not dragging. I'm not being shady. But girl, I'm looking at Viola Davis and I'm looking at Angela Bassett, and then I'm turning around over here and I'm looking at Jasmine Guy, and I'm looking at Vanessa Williams, and I'm saying, bitch. And this the thing. People will say, like, of course, if you was to put Angela Bassett and Viola Davis on side of each other, and put Vanessa Williams and Jasmine Guy, I put all four of them together back in all of their heyday. If you would have set all of them on side of each other, you know, the obvious choice in America would have been Vanessa Williams and Jasmine Guy, because it's America. You know how we give it up over here. Light skin is the right skin. But honey, when you see how mother father time works out, honey. Because if you look at Viola Davis now, and you look at Angela Bassett now, and you look at Vanessa Williams now, and you look at Jasmine Guy now, bitch, it ain't no shade. It is what it is. I love Jasmine Guy. I love Vanessa Williams. And of course, I love Viola Davis and Angela Bassett. But honey, now you see why some of these Caucasians be around here trying to harvest melanated people. Now we see why Get Out was so necessary, because if age is hitting our light skinned black folk like that, baby, you know how it hits the non-melanated, the ones who ain't got no melanin at all. My God, it's God today. Now, thanks to living positively, living with that good house in Virginia, the good the I and the V, and having things done to my body so that I could be the stuntiest of the cuntiest, and doing a little drugs and alcohol. You know what I'm saying? I do look older, but bitch, I don't look like I'm about to turn 47. Now, if a bitch hadn't done no drugs, if a bitch had said crack was whack, if a bitch had done a bump of cocaine and had stayed away from that like liquor, a bitch might look a bitch might look a lot younger. Woo! That bitch don't look no. That bitch don't look like she about to turn 47 though. Chew on that. Chew on that. That bitch look like she in her 30s or late 30s. That bitch giving about 39, 30. That bitch giving about 38, 39, bitch. Don't play with me, bitch. Stop playing with Orion, bitch. Don't do it. Don't do it, bitch. Don't do it, oh. That bitch give about 37, 38, bitch. That bitch don't look like she about to turn 47, bitch. Stop playing with Orion, bitch. It's don't do it. If she, yeah, if she did, they mad, they broke it, ugly. Girl, I'm like, girl, and that's what it be, girl. People ain't got nothing better to do than buy out other folk business, girl. Period. But yeah, girl, I just wanted to come on here and say that, like, like and this is to the young melanated people out there. Whether you lightly melanated or whether you heavy melanated. This my advice to you. I like to have me a sip of cocktail and I like to, partake socially in mind altering substances. And I'm gonna be real serious when I say this. Girl, if you do it sparingly. Because now, girl, I am over here fighting, girl. I have pulled back. Like, I used to drink more. I used to smoke more. I used to do more mind altering substances, but now I try to do them sparingly. I don't think mushrooms really like age you. I don't think that's the one that really gets you together. It'd be the cocaine and it'd be the powder substances, the pills, the manufactured shit, that really be getting you together. Cause I got family members who have never done drugs, and when I tell you them motherfuckers look so good. Bitch, I got uncles that motherfucking look young as a motherfucker because they never drank and they never smoked and they never did no drugs. So I'm telling you, do not get caught up in that motherfucking, don't get caught up in them drugs. If you do, I'm telling you as a witness. I have family members who have not drank or done drugs, and them motherfuckers look like time has stood still. Skin is flawless. They look so young. They look so healthy. They look so good. I mean, it's wear and tear on the body. It's wear and tear on the body. Now, I did, when I was introduced to drugs, I was introduced to drugs by the mental hospital, because I started my transition when I was young and they sent me to the mental hospital and they started putting me on them pills and they doped me up with Haldol and all that. So when I came home from the hospital as a teenager, I was curious about drugs because once they alter your mind, you get curious about other highs. So, people are trying to make it look like, oh, it was my family, black family, black family, of course you gonna end up on drugs. No, nigga. I went to the mental hospital and them motherfucking white folks pumped me full of that dope. Massam up on the plantation had pumped me full of that dope. That's how the fuck I was introduced to drugs. Up on the plantation with Massam. Cause my family and them didn't know what to do with me. Cause I was feminine. And I was acting like a woman's when I was born as a boys. And my families didn't know what to do with me, so they gave me over to Massam. They sent me over to them white folks. And them white folks pumped me up full of drugs and sent me home. And when I got older, I was looking for some more drugs. The fuck? So, bitch, y'all want to hear that part of the story, huh? Bitch, and I wrote about it in my book. Take a look. It's in my book. A reading rainbow. I can fly twice as high. Bitch, I was high. Bitch. Bitch, I was high, bitch. So, but anyway, like I would say that to the younger generation, if you can, stay out, try not to get sent somewhere where they could put you on drugs, and try to stay away from drugs. Drugs were a coping mechanism for a lot of people, for a lot of us who are above 30. Like, child, the world was a little bit uglier for us. I think the world is challenging now for the younger generation. I'm not finna discredit y'all struggles and pretend like y'all ain't got nothing going on. But if you in your 40s and your mid to late 30s, honey, you saw a different world. And the coping mechanism was getting high. It was getting high. Getting high. I ain't no other way to put it. It was getting high. And I tell the younger girls all the time, baby, we went through that and we developed these coping mechanisms to deal, but y'all don't have to go through what we go through. Y'all don't have to experience the same kind of trauma that we have had to deal with. And another thing, the drugs that they're putting out now are more dangerous because a lot of that stuff being mixed with fentanyl. They legit trying to kill y'all. Like, they saying the planet is overpopulated. You don't know when you gonna get that pill that's gonna kill you. These drugs now today, honey, they stepping on these hoes. They doing a second line on your shit. They doing a Mardi Gras mambo on your shit. Bitch, they having a whole motherfucking, they doing a bus stop on your shit. Bitch, they is dancing. Bitch, they having a dance-a-thon on your shit, bitch. Bitch, these drugs ain't real no more. Okay, Mavis. Mavis said my parents were high as fuck. These they having a whole second line on your shit. The drugs ain't pure like they used to be. When I was little. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what crack is now. Meth was always beat up and stepped on and dragged down the hall. Ecstasy is a mixture of a whole bunch of shit. Heroin, they putting fentanyl in that too. So, child, let me tell you something. Baby, back when I was coming up, drugs was safer. You could still overdose, but at least you ain't have to worry about it being mixed with no fentanyl. So, y'all, they trying to kill y'all. They trying to kill y'all, baby. You get that one wrong pill. And that's crazy. All it takes is one pill. Child, you know how many pills I had to swallow to try to commit suicide and still heal? Bitch, I tried to commit suicide 3 times between my teens and my 20s. And bitch, I swallowed every pill in the cabinet, bitch, and they still saved my life. Bitch, you hoes could take one pill, bitch, and be gone. Poof. Bitch, it's like magic. Bitch, you hoes can swallow one pill, bitch. And that's a wrap. Bitch, you done. Bitch, you finished. Finito, bitch. The fat lady has sung, bitch. Church doors is open, bitch. That's a wrap, ho. Bitch. We done filming for today, bitch. The fuck? One pill. Bitch, like with the HIV, bitch, you ain't gotta take but one pill. All it takes is one pill to kill you today. So, and I say that because that's all it took was one to kill my husband. He overdosed on ecstasy, I'm sure. I wasn't there, but I know what he used to ask for all the time. And I would never give it to him because I never trusted it. And so when he left from around me, he found it. I'm not finna start crying. I was watching I was watching Glass yesterday, and Glass, the movie with Bruce Willis, um um the Samuels person, and and I was watching Glass, and one of the characters had they was on the spectrum, and my husband was on the spectrum. And that person reminded me so much of my husband. Like, I was watching it and I was crying. But I like what Glass represents, because Glass okay, I'm gonna tell you about Prep. So Glass was about how we have superpowers, and and we don't, a lot of us don't know we have superpowers, and there's a a group that is sent out to keep us from realizing and stepping into that power. And so Glass was very moving for me. Like, I watched it again yesterday. It's just been popping up everywhere. Like, it's been popping up on my movies to watch. I had already seen it, but it kept popping up on my movies to watch. And then yesterday it popped up on my Netflix while I was watching the Good Time series. But one tear still snuck out. But yeah. And I watched it yesterday and I just cried and cried and cried for so many reasons. I cried because one of the characters remind me of my husband. And I cried because, I feel like that. I feel like there's magic in me. Last night when I dreamed, I've been having such vivid dreams lately. And last night when I dreamed, I always can fly in the dream world. And it's always a force after me. It's always a force in pursuit of me. But literally, this is why I'm not afraid of death. This is why I'm not afraid to transition this body, because I'm powerful when I leave here. And I think if I'm being honest, I'm a little afraid of how powerful I am. And I think that's why I procrastinate on getting like deep into, I'm holding myself accountable right now. This is why I procrastinate when it comes to getting deeply involved in my meditation, like cutting off the TV, cutting off the radio, getting off all of that stuff, and just really, really like focusing on me, because I know the power that exists in me, and I'm a little afraid of myself. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little afraid. I'm a little afraid I'm not going to be able to relate to people. I'm a little afraid I'm not going to be able to connect with people. And when that power come up on you and you really just have to embrace everything that's in you, that's a responsibility. That's a huge responsibility. So, I have been procrastinating on some things, but the ancestors are telling me, um, okay. But this is why I be trying to be better with my diet, and I be trying to be more disciplined, because like, I don't smoke as much, I don't drink as much. I haven't had a drink in almost a week. Whereas there was one time where I would have like a little, like, baby, it was a ritual, honey. I'm gonna have me a little cocktail at the end of the day, girl. If I don't have but one little mini bottle, girl, leave me alone, bitch. It's just a mini bottle, bitch. My daddy is an alcoholic, bitch. You gonna let me have this one drink? I very much gave that spirit. So for me to be who I am, for me to be where I am, and for me to be, I have two daddies, so I want to be clear. One of my daddies is an alcoholic. But, it's very much in the genes to give alcoholic foolishness. But for me not to be an alcoholic, but for me to like to socially have drinks, you know, I it's really hard, like, and like really, really just pulling back from weed because I love to smoke. Now I want to answer your question. Do you think it's intelligent to smoke? Do you think it's intelligent to do you think prep is intelligent to take? I'm gonna answer that question. And I'm gonna be really, really honest with you. So this is my theory on prep. Okay, so you can be resistant to certain medications, which is why, like, if your partner took a certain medication, um, if your partner took a certain medication, it can make you resistant. Like if you've had sex with someone and they've ejaculated in you multiple times and they were resistant to a certain medication, through the DNA exchange that comes through having unprotected sex, you can become resistant to the drug that your partner is resistant to. So if PrEP is supposed to be protecting you because it is making you resistant to HIV, if the person that you're sleeping with was taking HIV meds and they've stopped taking their meds and they are now able to pass the virus, but they were resistant to a certain drug that PrEP cannot fend off. That PrEP cannot fend off, then you are still vulnerable if your partner is not taking their meds. So PrEP is not the end all be all, and antiretrovirals have the propensity to wreak havoc on your body, all of them. Oftentimes, these medications are related to kidney failure, having liver problems, having problems with your body. This is why I go on fast from all of that shit and start drinking tea and all that. I be having to clean my body out. Because antiretrovirals is a tough drug. It's a tough drug. Truvada PrEP is a antiretroviral. It's like you're exposing yourself to it. I don't know. I think you can on other people page, like when you get to the monetized point. But because my channel was monetized at one point, but it's not monetized right now. So yeah, it's not monetized right now. But and it could get back to that point. I don't take it. It's just been pushed on me a lot. And I have argued with people about it. I think it's warfare. Um Prep, so they let you know when you take um antiretrovirals, it is changing your DNA. They say it changes your DNA to RNA. But the beautiful thing about the body is every 7 years, every cell in your body has recreated itself. I think like every 4 months, there's a huge change in your body. So through fasting, and you can restore damages that have been done. But a lot of us don't do that. In 7 years, you're a whole nother person. Like literally everything in your body, every cell, I think every 7 years, every cell in your body has regenerated itself. If I'm not correct, Google, do your own research. Don't take my word for it. This is some things that I've read. And I know that every 4 months, your blood replenishes itself. And so if you are doing ritual fast, if you are taking care of your body, you can combat some of that. One of the things that I have accepted about myself, I take the medication, I take the one pill, um, but I'm okay with my fate because I am aware, I'm awoke, I am not going back to sleep. It's not gonna happen, you know. I may not be able to tap into my full power because I take the medication, but who knows? The med I could be one of those bitches that be like, bitch, you can't stop what's coming. Bitch, you can't do you smell what the rock is cooking, bitch? Bitch, I'm unstoppable, bitch. It's gonna happen regardless, medicine or not. And so I think it's like, when it's time for a diamond to be a diamond, it's gonna be a fucking diamond, period. So because I'm still having the visions. I'm still tapping into the astral plane. I'm still, leaving my body. I'm still doing all of those things. And I literally scare myself sometimes. I'm still having visions. I'm still doing all of those things, on the medication. And it's because I understand that even the ocean is being polluted. Orcas are coming up on land, like, drowning and with plastic in their body, with toxins in their body. They killing fish in the ocean. Like I was literally crying one time because I was like, because I feel like all life comes from the water because we're all three parts water. So there's a deep connection to the water. When we're in the womb, we're in water. Babies come out knowing how to swim. I think that living water is just a like really, really true thing. They say that the creator is the living water. So I feel like we all come from the water. And at one time I was like beating myself up because I'm like, will the water accept me? I'm so polluted. I got this motherfucking HIV moving through my body. I got these antiretrovirals in my body. Will the ocean accept me back? Will Yemaya accept me back? And I'm like, y'all polluting Yemaya. Like y'all putting toxins in the water. Natasha, you was together when I had that breakthrough. Me and you was together, sister. Yes, girl. You was sitting right there, sister. Ain't that something I'm talking about in there and you on the live? But yeah, girl, like literally. So it's like I'm when I take that toxin into my body, it's like I accept that um I'm in solidarity, with the pollution of Gaia, with the pollution of Mother Earth, with the pollution of Oya, with the pollution of Yemaya, with the pollution of Oshun. And so it's like I'm not fucked up about it no more. And I think that when that mother energy gets tired, when that divine feminine energy gets tired, it's just going to bring her to wrath. It's just going to bring her to rage. It's going to bring her to that place of, okay, it's time. I done had enough. I can't take it no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I started talking about that skin in the game whole thing. Like the skin in the game song that I made was really like in relation to me having my sex change and me going through these surgeries because cause me having, yes, she is gonna break it up, Natasha. Me having the sex change, me going through the surgery, like people will say, oh, what's wrong with you getting mutilated, getting chopped on your body, having these things done to you? You're not never gonna be able to have no children. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Because I got skin in the game, bitch. Because I got skin in the game, bitch. Because I done gave up that pound of flesh, ho. See, when I be saying stuff, you have to really, really be paying attention. Cause I be talking about some shit. And people don't be realizing it because I got skin in the game. Because bitch, I'm invested. And no matter how much they take from me, you will never be able to take the core of who I am. Because the core of who I am does not need this body to exist. The core of who you are, the core of who we are, does not need flesh to exist. So, bitch, you could run all of the studies, you could draw all the blood, you could cut and chop and do all of the experiments you want. But the most powerful part of me does not even need to exist inside of me. It flows through me and it ties us all together. She already breaking it up with earthquakes and tsunamis. Exactly. And so like I'm just in a different place spiritually. I don't like I used to get so upset about them drawing blood from me. I used to get so upset about them cutting on me and taking things from me. I remember one time I went to go and see a dentist and they was taking one of my teeth out of my mouth. And now they got this strict rule wherever they take something from you, they keep it. And I'm a very spiritual person. If I see a dead squirrel or something and it's still intact and it's not in buku pieces, like if I see a dead bird or a dead animal on the side of the road, I will literally stop and take time to bury it. I have a rule. If I walk past it 3 times and it's not too broken up to where it's in buku pieces and I gotta, try to navigate all that, because a girl immune system is compromised and I'll be having gloves on hand. But if the body is still intact and I can move it with a stick, I'll dig a hole and I'll put it back in the ground. So if and the reason why I'm like that is I just imagine if it was me on the side of the road, if I had got killed, I would want someone to take the time to bury me. And so I try to have that type of love and respect for, any human life. I have seen, we've had mice and I'll take the mice and go and bury them. You know what I'm saying? And so this is years back, like, where I'm staying now, there's not mice. But I have been in spaces where we had mice and we took the mice and we buried them. And so, I've always tried to be thoughtful of the vessel in which the life was in. And so when doctors take things from me, and like recently they removed some flesh from my body and they took it to have it examined to make sure that it did not have cancer in it, and I wanted the flesh. I wanted that part of me so I can go and bury it. Just like when they took my tooth out of my mouth, i the doctor was black and he was so cool and he was so down to earth. He was not supposed to give me my teeth back, but he gave me my teeth back and I threw it in the ocean when I went to Africa. And that was a beautiful moment for me to have that autonomy, to have that type of sovereignty, to be able to take my DNA, what I grew, what came from me, and to do a ritual to say goodbye to it in a way that was healing and in a way that was healthy for me. And I think we take that for granted, not having the autonomy. They'll tell you, oh, it's a hazard to you, oh, it's dangerous to you, we can't give that back to you for risk that you might be infected. Bitch, this came from me. What the fuck are you talking about? I've been living with this. I've been living with this inside of me, and now you're telling me it's a danger to me. See, a lot of times in our advocacy, we be worried about the wrong shit. Doctors could literally cut on you and take pieces of you, and you'll never see those pieces again. And you don't have the right to properly say goodbye to pieces of your body. This is why I constantly talk about sovereignty. This is why I constantly talk about bodily autonomy. This is why I constantly talk about knowing who you are and understanding who you are so that when you're advocating for yourself in these spaces, these are parts of your body. They're cutting on us, taking our body parts and doing God goddess knows what's with. Using it for God goddess knows what. Today I'm okay with it. I'm not as fucked up about it as I used to be. But let me let you know something. I used to be fucked up about it. I grieve every time I go into a doctor's office and I have to let them take something from me that I don't know what, drawing blood. I be in there praying while they drawing blood. Because when you positive, they constantly drawing blood. But when it leave my body, I be praying. I pray over it. I pray to it. I pray for it. You better Natasha be ready for vengeance, baby. My sister be ready for vengeance, baby. We always will be here for what you came, which you shall return. I don't want I don't want to be buried at all. Please mummify me. I want a crystal pyramid, a crystal pyramid, but they shall pay. Why he any people? Like this is the thing. Why hate any people? Is that what you said, sister? But yeah, I want to be cremated, or I want to be buried, but I don't want to be buried in a coffin. Like I don't want to go in a box. I want to go directly into the ground, maybe in a pod to be a tree, or just directly into the ground so that the earth can eat me, and I could white people. Okay. Yeah, just directly into the ground so the earth could eat me. If I didn't think I was just gonna float around in the water, I would like a water burial, but I don't want to just be floating around in the water. Like, so that's the whole water thing. Like, if I get a water burial, I'm just gonna be like floating in the ocean. Like, am I ever gonna go to the bottom? Like, I want to go directly. Yeah, directly. Okay, maybe that's my issue. Oh no, no box, no box. Which I want them to chew, honey. Come worms, come maggots, come bugs, because once they poop you out, the body gonna go back in that soil. The body gonna enrich that soil, honey, and then trees eat bones. So, girl, bitch, you'll be a part of the forest, tiny. You'll be a part of, the trees. Bones give trees life. Trees live for bones. So, girl, baby, bury me in a wooden area with the woods, honey, baby, so I can become part of the spirit of the forest, honey. Make me the spirit of the woods, honey. Yes. Baby, I was speaking to people through the trees, honey. Yes, yes, honey. But anyway, child, I said I would grab it on here for 46 minutes, girl. I refuse. Like my sister know, my family members know. Do not. Okay, swamp. Oh, we. Yeah, so you can merge with all of that. So you could be uploaded into all of that. So you could be downloaded into that. Yes. Come on, Swampland. Yes, honey. And be able to just shape shift and just come up out. Be jumping in all type of spirits in the swamp. Be jumping in all type of vessels, honey. Cause we powerful, honey. We gonna be out there in the swamp just shape shifting, honey. Just taking all different forms, honey. But girl, let me get off this live, girl, because I gotta go let these dogs outside. But I wanna light a candle. I wanna light a candle. Wait, I need a incense for that. Cause that candle is sitting low. Hold on, wait, y'all. Okay, so we light this candle. Yes, Purple Hearts. So we light this candle in honor of our ancestors, girl. We need some feathers too, girl. Where them feathers at, girl? For our indigenous ancestors. Okay. Okay, for the indigenous ancestors they had tried to erase, because we was over there, but we was also over here, honey. That melanin was everywhere first. But we light this candle to guide our ancestors home who have transitioned this world, who the ancestors who are here, the ancestors who will come, and the ancestors who have come before us. This candle is to honor them, to acknowledge them, and it's to get us ready. It's to get us ready for the times that are not to come, but the times that are now. So, honey, y'all better start tapping into it, baby. Go and watch Glass, honey. So you can start tapping into your superpowers, honey. Because we got them. We all got them. Amen. Hey, woman. Lay, love y'all. Love you, sister. Thank you. Love y'all.